Welcome, everybody. Today, we're going to speak about a subject that I love, and we're going to speak about how to help our children feel better when they have an accident or when they get sick, and specifically how to take care of them in a natural way. And I have with me somebody, one of our leaders in the company, and she has a lot of experience in the subject too, because she also has two little kids, and we spend most of our time kissing boo-boos and helping kids that get sick because they're already starting to go to school. Our company was actually founded in 1930 by that gentleman that you see over there. His name is Ulrich Justrich, and he was a pioneer in herbal therapy. So all of our products are going to be natural and based on herbs. We have more than 90 years in history, and we have our plant, or our main plant is located in Switzerland in a little town that is called Walsenhausen. Now we have another plant that is located in Argentina. So we have two manufacturing plants in the whole world, and still our main one is in Switzerland, and the company now is still a private company. It's still in the hands of the same family, of the third generation of the family, and we are in over 35 countries around the world. So we have grown a lot in the last 90 years, but we have a lot of experience. Today we're going to speak about kids. And kids, by nature, they're very curious, they're very active, and therefore they're prone to have accidents. But we want to take care of them in a natural way. We don't want to give them something that can make them even worse. So today we're going to speak about all of those natural products that can help your kids in a very easy way and very fast and effective way. So we're going to start with one. That, how do you help your kids when they're feeling congested or when they have a cold? This is a very, very common one because right now colds are all over. Even in the middle of the summer, usually people used to get sick only in the winter. Not everybody gets sick even in the summer, and there's always a cold going around. There's always some kind of congestion going around. So these products are specifically for congestion, allergy, if they have a lot of cough or if they have a cold. And we kind of like to use them together because they work better when you use them together. The Eucasol is going to be for opening your airways to help you breathe better. It has camphor, mint, it has rosemary, and it has eucalyptus, of course. It's ideal for children when they have a cold because it's gonna, as soon as you spray it, it's gonna open their airways. They're gonna breathe better. And when they breathe better, of course, they feel better. And you can use it on kids of any age. Also, how do you use it in your house? Because I use it always like around the pillow and I put it in their pajamas. But tell us, Andy, how do you use the Eucasol in your
home? Yes, I use this a ton. I actually just opened a new bottle. We go through this one fast because we like it. We just like it, how it smells on our pillows anyways. We enjoy using it. And I'm a light snorer, so I use this on my pillow all the time for my husband's sake. But my kiddos, okay, so when they're sick, my 5-year-old really hates nasal spray and blowing her nose. She really hates it. So we struggle to keep her airways clean. And I use Eucasol on her pillow at night, and she'll lay there for 5 minutes, and all of a sudden you can just tell the difference, and all of a sudden we're able to finally get things out of her nose. So it's a lifesaver with that. And also just when my kids are sick, but then they have gotten over their cold, but they still just have like that leftover stuff that you never know when it's going to come back up. I'll keep this with us so that I can just spray it on a tissue and just say, here, hold this by your nose and breathe it in while we're driving somewhere, while we're going to the grocery store, things like that. And then it helps kind of calm their airways when you have to go back out in public and you don't want to be sneezing and coughing all over, right? Or we spray this on the outside of our face masks. Some people spray it on the inside, but for me, that's really strong. But I like to spray it on the outside of our face masks, and then it just helps us have like clearer breathing while we're wearing them as well, when we need to wear them in certain places. So yeah, but I also love that this doesn't stain. So you can spray it, like technically you can spray it on your chest, but if you spray it on your clothes or on your kids' pajamas, on their blankies, whatever, it's essential oils, but they're not going to stain the fabrics, which is really cool. And I also use, man, we use this so much. I also use this, I get my shower started so that the steam starts to kind of rise in the shower, and then I just spray once or twice above the shower, and then I get in, and you get like this full vapor effect that is wonderful when you are feeling miserable. We just got over a cold in our house, so we've been using this in a lot of different ways all day long.
Yeah, we use it in our house all the time too. And it is really wonderful, because especially when you have like little babies that they still don't know, like your daughter doesn't like to blow her nose, but there's babies that they don't know how to blow their nose. They still don't know. So it's wonderful for babies when they're really, really congested, and when they don't know how to blow their noses. And they also hate that the booger sucker.
Yes,
Honestly, not, I don't think there's any mom that loves it. Now,
right.
with that together, we use the thyme cream, and the thyme cream, just as eucalyptus, is going to help open the airways, and it's going to be amazing to calm down coughs, and it's going to help in a very traditional way. We can use it together along with the thyme bath essence. So if it's not only congestion, but they do have a lot of cough, this is going to help calm down that cough, and it's going to help them sleep better and breathe better. So do you you can use it at any time of the day, and you can use it in their neck, you can use it in their chest, you can use it in their back, you can even use it in their bottom of their feet to help them feel better. And it's going to loosen up that congestion that they have on the chest, and it's going to help them get that out and therefore breathe better. So how do you use it? Tell us.
Yeah. And I use this a lot because I have asthma too. So every time we get anything, it really aggravates that. So, and it really helps to get rid of that like tickling sensation when you breathe, so that you don't continue to cough for weeks and weeks after you've been sick, which is nice. So I have, this is like the 30-gram size if you want to see that. But what's nice is you just need this tiny amount. And especially when you're using it with your kids, use an even smaller amount than you would for yourself, right? So like pea size or smaller is plenty. And then my favorite application is on the chest, because it gives you like the anti-inflammatory benefits as it goes into the bloodstream, but you also get a warming effect, which helps calm, like especially like my Mexican mother-in-law is always like, cover your chest and your neck and your, keep everything covered. But it really works. I never knew that was a thing before I lived in Mexico. But yeah, by covering and feeling that warmth in this area, it helps reduce your urge to cough, which is really nice. But I do my chest, the back of my neck, and this is one that I feel like there are certain essential oils that I just feel like work really well from the soles of your feet. And this, giving yourself a massage on the soles of your feet, is so nice. And your little ones love it. Oh my gosh, my 2-year-old is obsessed with me giving her foot massages. Anytime she can think of an excuse that she needs one, she says, "Pies, pies," and she sticks up her little feet, and I need to give her a massage. So it's another part of that connection with them too, that they just love when we give them this extra TLC, and it's going to help them feel better. This is great for the lower respiratory symptoms that we get. I like Eucosol for more of the upper respiratory, and this for the lower respiratory. But they usually come together, so we usually use them together.
Exactly. My daughter is not a fan of feet. So it has taken me a little while to convince her to use it on her feet. But when she sees that it gets better, she immediately let me know, like, oh, I feel better, Mama. Now I feel so much better, because it really helps, especially like you said, when you have that little bit of tickle in your throat that it doesn't go away, and you keep coughing and coughing and coughing for weeks. And no, it's something that you need to stop. So how the codes for this, the Eucosol, I'm sorry, I can barely see, is 3600, if I'm not, no, 5600. The thyme cream is 5602. The thyme bath essence is 5605. And the cold and flu season set, which actually kind of gets you the best of both worlds together, it is 8869.
I use both of these a lot. 3 Mint, I keep at my workstation too, because it helps me focus when I'm working from home with 2 children. So my girls, when they do have a fever, I'll take a bottle of cool, or like a glass dish with about 2 cups of cold water or cool water. And then we add, I think it's 2 to 3 drops is the right proportion, 2 cups of water to 2 to 3 drops of the oil in the water. And then you put just a washcloth in the bowl, squeeze it out, and put it on their foreheads. So it's really calming effect. Depending on how sensitive your little one's skin is, you might want to just start with like 1 drop, work to 2, and see what works best for them. But that's super easy with just a cold compress. So you just need a bowl of water and a couple drops of your oil. Or sometimes if you don't have time for that, because you know, they're not feeling great, and you just need a quick inhalation moment with them to get them focused before you do a transition in your day. Transitions are a big deal if you have like a 5 or 6 year old. I know those can be tricky. We're living that right now. But what I like about this is it helps us kind of like refocus and switch over into the next part of our day. So what I do with this one, this is a good blend for just like pocket aromatherapy, right? So you take your palm, you put a drop of oil on it, you rub to activate it, and then you just make like a little cup with your hands, and your kiddo can stick their nose right in there and breathe it in. So I use this also, like if we get nauseous on long car rides, if we even for like respiratory symptoms, I like this because it cools my nasal passages as well when they feel like irritated and they burn. But those are my 2 top ways to use that. You could also do this like a drop on a tissue and have them breathe it. Just hold the tissue near their nose and breathe it in. But this is a good one for pocket aromatherapy, where you just rub to activate your aroma and cup and breathe.
Yeah, I use it for fever when they have a fever, and I usually put it in a lukewarm, not very cold, but normal temperature compress, a regular compress, and just put it in their forehead or in their feet or in their belly, and it helps their fever go down. Of course, sometimes with the medication too, with any of the medications that you prefer. So we're almost done, and I hope that you're enjoying this. And I just want to talk to you about the 3 ways that you can connect with us finishing this presentation. Number 1, if you want to be like us, you can be a consultant, and that way you can share the well-being to other people that you know, or you can be a host, and that way you can get products for free. And if you want to be a host, talk to your consultant and let them know or ask them, how can you be a host and how can you get products for free? And it would be hosting one of these spas, and you can choose the theme that you want to speak to. We don't only have spas or events speaking about kids, but you can choose any of these themes that you see, like aromatherapy or love and care or a stress-free life. It's up to you. And finally, last but not least, you can be a customer if you like any of the products, and if you wrote the codes, please make sure that you go to your consultant and you get it from them. And if they give you their website, make sure that you have the name of your consultant when you log into your phone or through your computer, that you have the name of your consultant on the top left part, and that way you will be able to get all of these wonderful products. So I